Hey, all, the tutorial I'm doing today is a no makeup tutorial slash natural makeup tutorial. Now, I'm not promising that if you try to recreate this look that people aren't going to think you're wearing makeup. I'm not promising that. I'm just saying the whole point of the look is to be really natural, and it's also very beginner friendly. So those of you who are starting out and wearing makeup and you don't want to, you don't want to do too much yet, this is I would say that this might be helpful for you. But yeah, it's pretty much just a nude lip, neutral eyes, just some cheek color and a little bit of glow. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Please don't forget to give this video thumbs ups and subscribe. If you guys have any requests, please let me know. I enjoy filming makeup tutorials. I'm not a makeup artist, so also, yeah. Don't forget that I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a professional. I'm not licensed, nothing like that. I'm just a girl who loves makeup, and I love to film myself doing my makeup, and I love, teaching people how to do certain makeup looks. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Again, please subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye. We're going to prime our eyelids with some eyeshadow primer. The eyeshadow primer I'm using is the E.l.f. eyelid primer, and this stuff is amazing. Here we're gonna just blend that primer throughout our eyelids.
You don't want anything to look too splotchy because eyeshadow primers do usually dry relatively fast, so you don't want to sit for too long. You want to blend away as quick as you can, and you want to blend.
Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my eyelids with some translucent powder. The translucent powder I'm using is this Coty Airspun loose face powder. Before I actually begin with this tutorial, I really think it's important to keep in mind that humans, we all come in different skin tones, and what will work for me might not work for you. So my main #1 tip throughout this whole tutorial, especially the eyeshadow part, is use eyeshadow colors that are similar to your skin tone, or that are close to your skin tone. So the shades of eyeshadow that you need to be using when you're doing a makeup look like this, they need to be somewhat similar to your skin tone, hence the whole natural no makeup thing. If you're a really fair skin tone, the eyeshadows I'm using are probably not going to look natural on you. It could possibly even look like a smoky eye or a subtle smoky eye. So be really careful with that. Keep that in mind. Again, use shades of eyeshadow that are close to your actual skin tone. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one, like, I call this my #1 transition shade because I love it. It's the shade. It's like I can't. It is the shade Jet Setter, which is this light brown color from my Tartelette 2 in Bloom palette. It's this color right here. I'm going to use a blending brush to apply this transition shade. A transition shade, it's really important for just helping everything helping your crease shade not be too much, and it also makes it easier to blend out your crease shade. If you're wondering why you always see girls use a transition shade when they're doing their makeup, it's because that transition shade really makes everything else look more seamless, especially that crease color. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go into the crease, and for the crease shade I'm going to use a bronzer. So again, if you're a lighter skin tone, you're going to use a bronzer you're going to use your bronzer, not the bronzer I'm using. You're going to use the bronzer that you use, not even if you're lighter skin tone, whether you're medium skin, it doesn't matter, whatever skin tone you are. For our crease shades, we're going to use the bronzer that we use on our face. So whatever bronzer you use for your face, that is what you need to apply in your crease. This brush by E.l.f., I think it only costs $2, and it works pretty well, at least for me it does. And yeah, it's called their blending brush, but I usually use it as a crease brush because the bristles, as you can see, are really compact, and I feel like that really helps me get into my crease and get that color to be defined like I need it to be. Well, yeah, and the bronzer that I use is the Shea Moisture Bronzer in Deep. It is the Perfecting, what? It is not. That was bronzer. Perfecting Face Powder. Okay, apparently it's the Perfecting Face Powder in Deep. I could have sworn this was a bronzer. It applies like a bronzer. Wow. This does not apply like a face powder. It applies like a bronzer. It's shimmery. It has little specks of shimmer. Well, anyways, this is what I use for bronzer. So we just want some dimension. So we're not going to go too much with this crease color. So now we're going to blend the crease color with our transition shade using our blending brush. Here we go. There's our eye look. That is all we're doing for our eyes. Again, this is a no makeup look, so we don't want to do too much. Now we're going to go straight to the face. The primer I use is the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. Yes, I do use this as a face primer. It works perfect for oily skin, and I get really oily up in my forehead, in T-zone area.
So I'm just priming my face with this.
For my foundation, I'm actually going to be using a BB cream, and I'm using this. This is the Covergirl Clean Matte BB Cream. Honestly, I'm not too big of a fan of this, but I'm just trying to finish it out. So for my face, I'm actually going to be using this sponge. I talked about trying this in my last video, and I did buy it, and I did try it, and I do like it. I probably should have filmed a review on this, but I definitely can in the future if you want a tutorial. If you want a review on the L'Oreal Infallible sponge, go ahead and let me know. But yeah, I'm just going to be using this. I call this the butt of the sponge. I'm going to be using this to blend out the BB cream on my face.
But I don't mind using a sponge. Sometimes I use a sponge. Okay.
For highlighting, for an everyday no makeup look, you don't need to go heavy on the highlight. You don't. You don't need to go do the full shebang, full contour and highlight shebang. Just enough to where you can cover your under eye circles, and you know, you can do a little bit. Like I'm gonna put mine under my eyes and down the nose. So I am gonna, use that same triangular motion, but I'm not gonna go as I'm not gonna apply as much as I normally do, and I'm also not gonna go as out with it as I normally do.
This is all that I'm gonna do for my under eye concealer. And when you're applying your under eye concealer / when you're highlighting, make sure that you use a shade that is probably, I would say, 2 to 3 shades lighter than your own skin tone.
This is all I'm doing. I'm just applying it under my eyes and right down the bridge of my nose, just to give my nose some dimension. I'm gonna spray this with some setting spray, and then I'm gonna blend it out. Like your under eye concealer, be sure to look up. You don't want to you want to get it right in there. So make sure you look up, and then don't look up for forever. Constant, go ahead and check. Once you get out here, you definitely don't need to be looking up anymore. So go ahead and check if if anything looks uneven or unblended. The bridge of your nose. And what I do is once I get up here, I kind of fan it out on my forehead. We're basically done. We're done with the concealer and foundation, and we're going to set our face with some powder real quick. For my under eye, I like to use this pointed blending powder brush. I really feel like it gets under there, so you might want to look into that. This one is from BH. It is the V2 blending brush, and the powder I use is if you watch my videos, you know I always use this. I always use the True Match Super Blendable Powder in C6 Soft Sable. And I'm going to first apply it underneath right here. We're not going to bake because this is just an everyday no makeup look. Baking is not necessary for this. At least for me it's not. So instead of contouring, I'm going to use my bronzer, the same bronzer that I used earlier in my crease. I'm using this Laura Geller bronzer brush. It's like this travel size bronzer brush with also an eyeshadow sponge applicator at the end. And I'm just going to bronze my face up. Also go easy with the bronzer. Again, it is an everyday makeup look. You don't want to do too much with the bronzer. Just kind of easy with it. And that's all that I'm using, and then I'm going to blend it out in just a second. I'm going to get my e.l.f. contour brush, and I'm going to kind of contour my nose using the bronzer. I just like a little bit there, and then I blend it back out.
Here by my eyebrow. The brush, and I just kind of...
We're going to go back to the eyes. We're going to apply some mascara. I'm going to use my CoverGirl Supersizer Star Wars, I call it my Star Wars mascara. It's the Star Wars version of the Supersizer mascara. could stop here. I'm going to be extra, and I'm going to add my falsies. The falsies I'm using are from Ardell. They are the natural falsies, and this is from the natural multi-pack. Now, as you can see, these aren't super natural, like, you know, but again, just for a little oomph, you know. You don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. Honestly, if I'm wearing this just every day to class or something, I'm not wearing falsies. I usually just, this would be it. I don't do falsies every day. But at times when I want to pull off the no makeup look and add a little oomph, falsies are the move. Okay, so the falsies are on, and now I'm going to apply mascara to my lashes once again. I'm going to apply the same mascara.
Bottom lashes now.
And I'm going to apply my highlight and then my blush. So for highlight, I'm going to apply this cream highlighter as a base. The highlighter I'm using is by Sonia Kashuk in the shade Persian Sunset. And I'm applying it to my cheekbones, bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. Not applying too much, just a little bit, and I'm going to blend it out with my finger. Alright, and then on top of that highlight, I'm going to apply my Black Radiance bronzer in Rum Spice. It is the Artisan Baked Bronzer. I've actually used this in a couple tutorials. I used it in my first few tutorials, and I really like this bronzer. Well, I use it as a highlight, but I really like this because it really gives a natural highlight. It's not too much. It's very good, especially when you want, it's very good when you want just like a nice natural looking glow. It gives a glow, but it's not as intense as, say, like a Becca highlighter or, you know, something that is a true highlighter. The shade is really dark, so it's not going to show up too bright on my skin. Keep that in mind if you are of a lighter skin tone. Use a highlighter that is somewhat similar to your skin tone. That's the whole point of all of this. If you follow the pattern, the shades of the products I'm using are all somewhat close to my skin tone. Now, obviously, we're not identical, but it's in like at least the same shade family.
I'm just gonna apply it over the cream highlight. Because you can see it gives an intense glow, but it's not like glazed donut intense glow. It gives a glow, but it's not glazed donut intense glow.
For blush, I'm going to use my E.l.f. blush palette in the shade Dark, and I'm going to use this shade right here. It's really nice, natural, dark pink shade. So now that we're done with our face, before we do our lips, we're going to set our face with some setting spray. I'm using this Hard Candy Fast and Fabulous makeup setting spray. Love this stuff. Also very affordable. I think it's only like $6 at Walmart. So again, another affordable product for beginning makeup users. Since this is an everyday makeup tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and do a nude lip. For this, you're just going to use a nude lipstick of your choice. So I'm priming my lips with my Anastasia lip primer. And then I'm going to apply this brown lip liner by Rimmel. It is in the shade Coffee Bean. I'm going to outline my lips. And then I'm going to apply my liquid lipstick. The nude lip color I'm using is by NYX. It is in the shade Liquid Suede. It's in the shade LSCL 07. So that is the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe. Bye, y'all.